Today is the day I fly Air New Zealand business class for the first time. Woo! Hello friends, and welcome back to yet another flight vlog with just me, Chloe. If you missed my last episode, I flew in Air New Zealand's premium economy from Vancouver to Auckland for one quick week to surprise my dad for his 70th birthday. 7 days later and I was headed straight back to Canada, this time in Air New Zealand's business premiere. And fun fact, this flight cost me $0. So be sure to stay till the very end of the video because I'm going to delve into the details about how I got this for free. I always get crazy nervous butterflies when I'm about to fly, no matter how many times I fly. I get so nervous. What are you about to say, Dad? Dad wants to be on YouTube.
I don't want to say anything, I just like smiling.
I've got crazy butterflies. This 13-hour journey begins, well, much earlier. I head to Auckland International Airport around 6 hours beforehand to not only grab a coffee with my family, but to also spend as much time in the lounge as humanly possible. Oh, and apparently if you're in premium economy or business, or have some sort of status with Air New Zealand, you don't have to go in the regular line. You get to go through this secret little door. It was very exciting. You didn't even have to enter the international departures through the regular gate. You can actually go through a secret door inside this secret room. How cool. Alright, I've just gone through my priority security gate. One thing I always do without fail is go to duty free and spray as many perfumes as I possibly can. Does anybody else do this or is it just me? Let me know. Which one should I choose today? Oh, I've seen a lovely looking one. My second time going to the Air New Zealand lounge right now, and I must say it's probably the nicest lounge I've ever been in, and I've been in probably 5 lounges. Here we go. I'm so excited. We have to go up these lovely stairs. You get a beautiful view from the escalator. Okay, so I'm here in the Air New Zealand International lounge right now. It's quite busy at the moment. It's about 4 p.m. in the afternoon and it's pretty busy, so I feel kind of awkward filming. I did actually film a few snippets last time I was here, so maybe I'll throw a few of those little clips in. If it gets a little quieter, maybe I'll film. I'm always very conscious of filming people. I don't want to get people's faces on camera. As much as I can, I try. But I've actually found this little section that I didn't see last time. This is like the child section of the Air New Zealand lounge. So there's some cool, colourful stairs right here for kids to hang out. They've got some little toys. They've got some movies playing. They've got some high chairs you can use. Adult supervision needed, it says on the front. But yeah, I think it's about time to find myself a little spot here, set up my computer, and get a cocktail, and some food, and some coffee, and basically do as much as I can while I'm in the lounge. This lounge was incredibly crowded. However, there is so much seating to accommodate everybody. And luckily, I found the same little nook that I set myself up in last time. The Air New Zealand lounge has a great selection of quality food. There is a hot selection with options like meat, vegetables, curries, soups, rice, and a whole buffet full of salads, cheese and crackers, olives, chutneys, which I always go for. And of course a little desserts section. You have a massive selection of wine and beer located in this fridge, and there's another fridge around the corner with the same. You have sodas, water, juice, and a coffee machine. But my 2 favourite parts have to be that you can get any barista coffee or cocktail that you like. By the way, I'd really love if you clicked that thumbs up for me, and maybe even subscribe. That would be extremely cool. For coffee, there are a few ways to order. You can jump on the Air New Zealand app and order on here, or you can go up to the counter and order on this iPad. And of course, being New Zealand, they make incredible coffees. But they are super tiny, really cute. And for the cocktails, there is this huge menu here. Mocktails also available, I might add. And for the plane nerds out there, you'll love that basically one whole side of this lounge has floor-to-ceiling windows with views of, well, planes. There are also shower suites in here, as well as a separate lounge part that seems to be playing sports. And I didn't notice these last time. There are really comfy looking lounge chairs in here that a lot of people were sleeping in. I still appreciate all of the purple inside the Air New Zealand lounge. Beautiful. Even the bathrooms. Beautiful. An hour in and a bunch of cheese and crackers later, I noticed that my flight was delayed by 2 hours. Oh man, what a bummer. I guess I'll have to order a margarita and finish selling Sunset. What a hard life. Around 10 p.m. and a few more lattes later, we were finally able to board. By this time I was pretty sleepy, wired on coffee, but determined to stay awake for as long as I possibly could to enjoy this probably once in a lifetime experience. And here it is, Air New Zealand's business premier cabin. I honestly get the craziest tummy butterflies every time I walk into a business class cabin. It is just so flippin' exciting. And if you've only ever flown economy and get the chance to experience this for yourself one day, I am so excited for you. The purple vibe in this cabin is on point, and I noticed this lighting is consistent throughout the whole plane, like in my premium economy cabin last week. P.S. I made a whole video on this experience too, so you should definitely go and watch that after this. Now, I have to admit, I was kind of nervous about flying an Air New Zealand business premier as I didn't quite like the look of their seating. And after watching YouTube videos, I'd noticed that others had addressed this too. It seems as though all of the business class seats are facing inward, which I believe is called herringbone. People are basically looking at each other the entire flight, which also made me even more nervous as I was trying to film everything on this flight and I didn't want to make anyone feel awkward. I was excited, however, that the left row in this business class cabin seemed to have a little bit more privacy than the middle and right hand side, which were facing toward each other. The left row was just facing the back of the middle row. And even better, I noticed that the very back seat was available. So I chose this one. I believe that I had quite possibly chosen the most private seat in this entire business premier cabin. You are still going to have to stare at the back of a head for the majority of your flight, but I'll take the back of a head any day if it means I can fly like this. Well, welcome to my home for the next 12 hours and 38 minutes. Let's take a look around my seat. Here it is. And there's also a little footrest at the bottom here. Literally within minutes, we were served our pre-takeoff champagne. I always love this part. There was a light and a cute little shelf to my left, the perfect fit for my drink. The TV was located on my left. These swivel out like so. They are touchscreen, but you can also use this handy little remote located here. Underneath the TV are some various outlets, a little compartment with my headphones, a bottle of water, and your usual reading material. You'll find another tiny compartment back here, which I found an extra handy spot to place things like lip balm and my phone. Underneath the footrest is plenty of room to stretch your legs or place your belongings. I also heard that this footrest doubles as a seat if you want to sit and hang out with a friend. I did see one couple do this, but I think I'd much rather enjoy this luxurious seat. We also, of course, had a pillow on our seat and blankets were available in the overhead compartment. As I sat back and enjoyed my champagne, we were given a nice warm towelette right before taking off.
Mountains. She is in the ground under our feet.
Almost immediately after takeoff, we were handed our pre-dinner beverage, an order our flight attendant actually took before we even left the ground. Wow, such incredible and efficient service. And without sounding too predictable, I of course ordered a Pinot Noir. Along with my wine came an unexpected snack, which I still, to this day, have no idea what it was. But perhaps it was something that went with the wine I chose? I'm not quite sure. But it was nice, I think. First things first, I check out our menu for the flight ahead, and again, I love how they've made a real effort to incorporate the Maori language here. Oh, and you may be wondering, Where the heck did this table come from? Well, it's kind of hidden in the side of the seat, and the flight attendants come around and magically make them appear, along with a tablecloth. A couple of moments later and I order my first meal. In anticipation, I select a dinner time movie and decided to continue with my Magic Mike streak. We had a choice of delicious starters including a green pea and basil soup or a mixed tasting plate. I thought this sounded a little bit more exciting and ordered this one. Not to spoil the rest of dinner service, but this was absolutely my favourite part. There was smoked salmon cucumber and salmon caviar, prosciutto with medjool date and quince, and polenta with bocconcini and tapenade. I can barely pronounce any of these things, but I can assure you it was delicious. There was a choice of caramelized onion roll, garlic bread, or Turkish loaf. The onion roll definitely sounded the best, and oh my goodness, I could have eaten 5. These were so warm and delicious. This was served with Hawke's Bay extra virgin olive oil. For mains, there was a beef fillet, superfood salad, or artisan pasta. Everything was very customizable too, allowing you to personalize your dish. I went for, surprise surprise, the pasta. I definitely never expected to be eating a fancy pasta on a real plate with real cutlery in the sky. But here we are. Dreams do come true, I guess. Dessert was either a Greek yogurt mousse, a chocolate salted caramel tart, or a selection of cheese and crackers. I had already filled up on quite a handful of cheeses this afternoon, so I thought I'd better have some variety and went for the tart. This was really good, and I'm not usually one to like sweet desserts, but I can highly recommend picking this guy. After dinner, as everybody was getting ready for bed, there was no way I wanted to sleep anytime soon. So I decided to further peruse through the menu. This is when I noticed something called the Sleep Bliss Ritual, which sounded really cute. So of course I ordered it. My flight attendant actually said that they might not have these things in stock, so I'm guessing not many people actually order this. Good news though, they had everything and delivered my cute little tray very promptly. There was a chamomile tea, a little plate with trail mix, a warm towelette, and a sleep balm. I loved the smell of this stuff, and there was plenty in here, so I've taken it home with me. My flight attendant said I should rub this on my wrists and temples, so I did. How cute is this? I can't get over this little tray. I definitely recommend ordering this. So after consuming my fair share of liquid on this flight and in the lounge, I was very happy to be right next to the bathroom, which I won't bother showing you as it's pretty much the same as any old plain toilet, but I will say there was absolutely no bother for me being so close to it. I kind of expected maybe I'd have a bit of crowding around my seat or maybe a line, but I didn't experience this at all. So this could be a fantastic seat option for my weak-blooded friends. Right, the most exciting part is checking out what kind of goodies I got in my amenity kit. This amenity kit was actually almost the exact same as the one we were given in Premium Economy, yet the packaging slightly more stylish but still that paper texture, sticking with the eco-friendly theme. Inside I had Kawa Kawa Balm, a beautiful hand and body cream, cozy long socks, this time in a wonderful shade of purple, a toothbrush, mini toothpaste, pen and earplugs. I did notice there wasn't an eye mask included in here, but don't worry, we were handed one later after dinner. We had around 9 hours left and I was still determined to stay awake for as long as possible, so I took a little look at my TV. By the way, I can highly recommend this Curious Minds channel. Lots of interesting shows and documentaries found on here, including one of my favourites. I noticed there was something called Wine Experience, where you can read all about Air New Zealand's process of selecting their very proud range of wine. Apparently some of the flight attendants on board certain flights have extra knowledge and can even assist you in wine pairings for your meals. Darn it, I really wish I'd seen this before dinner, but oh well, I have to do this next time. There's also an entire in-flight snacks and drinks menu, including alcoholic beverages, sodas, juices, chips, chocolate, and not just any chocolate I might add, New Zealand's absolute best chocolate, and you must try it if you're on Air New Zealand. There is also tea, coffee, and a few extra amenities available too. Oh, and if we refer back to the handy menu, you'll see the excitement doesn't stop there. You can also order a mid-flight warm bagel with bacon, caramelized onion, and cheese. Yum! Well, after entertaining myself for another 10 minutes or so, I decided to give in and finally lay down for a sleep. For this to happen though, you actually must have a flight attendant convert your seat into a bed for you. This is quite fun to watch, but for me it did feel quite hectic with so many people standing up and around the cabins while the flight attendants made everyone's bed. But I do think the comfort of this bed was well worth it. Six hours magically passed by as I fell into an incredible deep sleep. This was so comfortable, and I still can't believe that I actually got to lay in a bed in a plane in the sky. What the heck? I am so thankful I got to experience this crazy, luxurious way of flying. I immediately order a strong black coffee that came in this cute little cup, and shortly after, our breakfast orders were taken. Firstly, we were offered a selection of juices and smoothies. I chose a super healthy and refreshing sounding tonic filled with apple juice, orange, mango, turmeric, and ginger. This was so tasty and a really nice way to begin breakfast. Before breakfast, we were served a plate of fresh fruit, and our flight attendant walked around with a basket offering up warm, fresh-baked goodies from the bakery. There was Vogel's grain toast, fruit toast, or croissants. And if you watched my premium economy video, this was literally my favorite food during that entire flight. And I would say this time around, it's still pretty high up there on my list. So high, in fact, I called the flight attendant back around and asked for a second. There is nothing quite like a nice warm croissant with coffee for breakfast. Oh, I love that they offer this. There were a lot of breakfast items to choose from. I was quite surprised at the variety available on our menu. I definitely wanted to try everything, but I settled on the scrambled eggs with kumara rosti, shaved pastrami, pickled white cabbage, and hollandaise sauce. This meal was just like going out for a quality brunch at a cafe. So good. Post-breakfast, I was really sad we were approaching Vancouver, and my Air New Zealand business premiere experience soon to be over. I guess I was pretty happy though to see my little Swedish fiance's face very soon. I'm actually so glad I get to film these fun flights for YouTube, because not only do I get to give you guys an insight into what it's like, but also just for my own viewing pleasure whenever I start to miss this way of flying. I can literally relive this experience anytime I like through my videos. So I really hope you love watching them just as much as I do. So if you've liked this video so far, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. We'd really appreciate it, as it helps our channel so much. And stay tuned, because next I'm going to share with you exactly how I got this flight for free. Hello, I'd like to officially welcome you to the orange wall in my house that I tend to film in front of every time I talk to the camera, so thank you for that. Shall we delve into the details? When I flew my first ever business class flight, I paid $4,000. Half of that was real money and half of that was my Air New Zealand Air Points. Still costing me $2,000 out of pocket. So I would say pretty expensive. I always wondered how on earth these people on YouTube were getting such crazy cheap deals to fly in business class, or even for free. And I can't believe I'm actually sitting here today telling you guys how I got this. This flight was for free. And if I can do it, you absolutely can too, because I don't even think I'm very savvy with this kind of stuff. Plus, as I've mentioned before, New Zealand doesn't seem to have those same points and extra credit card benefits and things that they may get over in countries like the US. So just little old me from New Zealand flew for free in Air New Zealand Business Premier. Now let me tell you how. So if we head back a couple months ago to when I flew for my very first time in business class ever from Auckland to London with United Polaris, I thought it was a complete once-in-a-lifetime bucket list experience, and I was gonna tick it off and never see that ever again in my life. But it turns out I actually redeemed gold status from taking this flight, along with a bunch of other fun perks that pop up in my other flights, which you can watch in my other videos. Gold status with Air New Zealand also offers 2 recognition flights per year. Now, what exactly does this mean? Basically, if I book a flight, I can use my special recognition status to bump up 1 cabin class. For example, if I booked premium economy, I could use one of my recognition upgrades to move up to business. Or I could pair 2 recognition upgrades together and move from economy all the way up to business. And that is exactly what I did, folks. But I did have to book my economy flight first in order to use the recognition upgrades, of course. But I didn't pay anything for this. No. For my economy flight from Auckland to Vancouver, I actually used my Air New Zealand Air Points. I'm constantly earning these every month through just using my American Express Platinum Air Points card for everyday purchases such as my groceries, bills, coffee, you name it. I chuck that on my Amex and bam, every month I get a nice hefty chunk of Air Points rolled in. As well as this, by the way, I earn status points using my American Express. So not only do I earn Air Points, status points keep crawling out every time I use my American Express. So that's pretty sweet as well. So there we are, a super simple, well I think super simple anyway, way to upgrade to business class for free. And that's that. So again, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. And I hope you enjoyed the entertainment. And maybe you even learned a thing or two. Let me know below if you learned anything. Or what part of the flight did you like the best? So please do subscribe just in this little corner here. You can click subscribe right there. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. See you later.